Okay, so I am going to explain Infinity War. Now, how should I do this? Well, Infinity War is confusing, so I'm deciding to split this up into 3 parts. And we're starting with one main part because that's when it begins. Warning, this is major spoilers for Infinity War, but probably no one's going to watch this. So this is Super Doge 64, and well, let's start off with Ragnarok. And before we start, actually, I would like to begin by saying the 3 parts will be Vision, Strange, and Guardians. So please tell me it will go Ragnarok, Guardians split off, and then I will do Vision and Strange. So without further ado, let's begin the story with Now, Ragnarok is a bit confusing because you have to understand that this was Thor Ragnarok. This is at the end of Thor Ragnarok, and at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where Thanos already has one Infinity Stone, which is the one that one villain had from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or 1, I don't remember. I haven't really watched those in a while. So, let's start off by saying Thor, Hulk, Loki's, Heimdall, and Thanos' quote-unquote children are there. So, before this, so, ignore all the bad stuff. Loki says, "Oh, I don't really care about my brother. Kill him with whatever stone that Thanos has." Thanos tries to kill Thor. Loki gives in and gives him the whatever space Rubik's cube thing. I don't know. And bada bing, bada boom. Thanos crushes it, gets the stone thing, and puts it in. Now Loki says, please just, I want to be with you." And he's about to betray him, but tries to betray them. Thanos kills him. Now we're left with Hulk, Thor, and what's his name? Heimdall. Now, before we begin, Heimdall is about to die. He uses the last of his energy to send Hulk to Earth, and well, that really makes someone mad, and not Thor, and Heimdall dies. Yeah, he dies. Who cares? Next we have Thor left. The planet blows up. Thor is sent into space, and that's when we begin Guardians section. Okay, Guardians section. Let's begin. Let me think of how to explain the Guardians section. Okay, Guardians section, let's go. We have to find the Guardians of the Galaxy with Mantis flying around, and all of a sudden they see this big planet boom, and Thor's thrown out of it, and they capture Thor and put him on a table, and Mantis awakes. Thor bursts and runs around and all that stuff. Then he meets all of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you forgot their names, here are their names: Star-Lord, Gamora, Drux, Rocket, Groot, and Manti. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Thor awakes, some non-important stuff happens except for this one big important thing where I guess Thor calls Rocket a rabbit. That's important, right? And yeah, so that's it. Yeah, and Thor, Groot, and Rocket the rabbit all go on a space pod to go ahead and go to Thor's home planet, Asgard, which is basically dead. Yeah. And they want to get Thor wants his hammer back or something like it. Takes a lot of sacrifice and stuff like that. Yeah. And finally, through the Ray Reynolds Mega Mushroom and Groot's help, they all make it, and Thor gets blasted to somewhere that's in one of the other points. So, and he has a new axe named Storm Surge. And now we're on to the other Guardians. So yeah, Gamora, Star-Lord have a talk. Gamora wants to die if Thanos captures her. Which, let's see what happens to that. Star-Lord will have to kill her. Drax is there, and he's stalking them with a long kiss and, all that crud. And they make it to, they make it to the Collector's place, nowhere. They make it to nowhere, and they try and stop Thanos before he gets the red reality stone. So, can they stop him? No, they can't. And Thanos and Drax and Mantis all get realitized. Yeah. Thanos captures Gamora, so on and so forth. Star-Lord tries to shoot her, but his gun turns into bubbles. Yay! Collector dies. Yada yada yada. Gamora gets taken by Thanos, and we're leading to Gamora and Thanos. Yada yada yada. Now Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis all have to go to another planet to stop Thanos, and I won't go there because that's also in another storyline. So now we're ready to Gamora and Thanos and Nebula. Yeah, Nebula's there. So they're at Thanos' planet. Yeah, ship, whatever. Gamora tries to kill Thanos, doesn't work well. So Thanos and Gamora take off to... Well, actually, first, before I explain, how do they know where the planet of the Soul Stone is? Well, let's explain. Nebula and Gamora have secret files hidden inside Nebula's robot body, and yeah, Nebula almost dies, but Gamora gives in, so that's cool. And then, well, Gamora and Thanos travel to that planet. I forgot the name of it. Let's just call it Soulstone Planet. And all of a sudden, can you guess who's there? Spookum McGookum! Just kidding, it's Red Skull. Red Skull's there. I thought it was Mistress Death, but no, it's Red Skull. Red Skull's there. He greets them, tells them how to do it, how to get it. Thanos has to sacrifice someone he loves to get it. Yeah. Cool stuff. So yeah, and Thanos sacrifices Gamora, who does die, and it was inside her the whole entire time. You just had to look inside yourself. There's the Soul Stone. So to recap, Thanos has 4 Infinity Stones and is missing 2 of them. He has the Red Reality Stone, the Blue Stone, the Tetra Stone, yeah, I forgot the name of it, the Power Stone, and the Soul Stone. Wait, did I? What? Soul, Red Reality, Power. Yeah, okay. Good. You guys said them all. Purple one. Forgot the purple one. Okay. So anyways, that ends the adventure there because Thanos is now going to appear in the other spots. Okay. So that completes Guardian section. Because now we have to explain what happens after Guardian section by going into the Strange section, Doctor Strange section, which is going to explain a lot of Hulk and Tony's where they belong and not Ant-Man. Okay, time for Doctor Strange section. Oh god, no, this one's confusing. So it's happened before. It's like really confusing because it cuts to different moments, which is hard. So let's start with Doctor Strange section. Okay, so Bruce is blasted to Earth in Doctor Strange's place. So, yep, that's cool. Doctor Strange and this guy that almost died from brain cancer are right there. So what they're doing, they invite him through the port. They invite Tony through the portal. Did I mention Tony? Probably didn't, but whatever. They invite Tony through the portal, and there's Bruce. Yeah, it's really confusing, I know. Strange and Tony finally meet. Same with Bruce. They all meet again. And reunion. And all of a sudden, a spaceship appears out of the sky, holding two of the Thanos children, who are trying to steal Doctor Strange's time stone, which is in his necklace. So yeah, that's cool. It's also really deadly, and throughout the whole movie, I'm just gonna say this because it's really sad. I know. It's really sad for some reason to me. I don't like it. Oh, so you never get to see Hulk, except for the first part where Thor says we have a Hulk, and yeah, that's the only part where we get to see Hulk. The rest of the movie I won't spoil, but yeah, you never get to see Hulk. He tries to turn into Hulk, and they try and protect him. Doctor Strange and Tony and his friend, brain cancer dude. Yeah, so that's really it for that part. And then we get to see your friendly neighborhood Speedy Man. Speedy Man is like, really, he's just there. He tries to help out Tony, and off they go. Then Strange gets captured. Yeah, Strange. He's captured. So yeah, Strange is captured. That is real bad. Okay, so Spider-Man tries to help, but yeah, Tony says no. He blasts his new suit onto Spider-Man. He supposedly flies off the spaceship. So now it's just Tony and Well, Spider-Man didn't really fall off the spaceship. He was hanging. He hung on. He now has oxygen tank, so he can go into space because of his new suit. It was that one that you saw at the end of Spider-Man Homecoming. That one. Remember that, okay? If you haven't seen that, it's that one. Okay, so now Spooty Man is on the spaceship with Stark. Stark gets really mad, and they're both trying to save Strange from one of those children. Now, before we do this, Tony was thinking about calling Rogers to apologize and all that, but nope, he didn't do it. Bruce is all learning about this because he was at Ragnarok. So, this is all confusing. So he calls up Rogers and gets to Avengers HQ, where we're gonna talk about the Vision section, which is later. So, yeah.